Welcome to another segment of Manifest with SII Power with your host, Dwight Lee. And on this segment, it's going to be another relationship moment segment based off of Armon Warren and Reginae Carter. But before we quantum jump into that, if you've been enjoying the channel, especially the relationship segments, please consider subscribing to the channel by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to like and comment on your favorite video. Also, the thumbs up helps with the algorithm. It helps people find the channel and this type of content. Thank you. Well, let's dive into it. Let's talk about relationship patterns. I have a younger sister that has a master's in psychology and sociology. And so her gym is, family dynamics. And she may have a doctorate or she's close to finishing. I'm not sure. But she, she's fanatical about family dynamics, and she's just real inquisitive and questioning and so on and so forth. So I want to break this part down. I think a lot of people take it for granted because I refer them to go and support Armon and Reginae and to go be the observer and take notes without judgment and, chew the meat and spit out the bone, take what they need to take to improve or enhance their relationship and, keep it moving forward. But the space of grace that they're in is really an amazing thing. So that's why I always refer people over there. And you should definitely check them out because they're in a special space of grace. You can just go over there. You can feel the love. You will experience the energy, the synchronicities, and the serendipities, and just flow, the state of flow that they're in. So, relationship patterns, right? Relationships generally follow a pattern. And so, what I mean by that is, let's take a woman. She continually attracts the same type of man. I'm just giving an example. Nothing's cast in stone. So, this is just an example. Well, the woman wants to know why she keeps attracting the same type of man and why the relationship keeps ending the same way. The reason that this is going on is because there's a pattern running in the subconscious. So the first three relationships that you gotta restore, or you gotta rebuild, or you gotta heal, or you gotta enhance is the relationship with yourself, the relationship with your subconscious mind, and the relationship with money. We know that there is no romance without finance. So if your intimacy is lacking, you need to get your money up. I'm gonna say that again. If your intimacy is lacking, you need to get your money up. If your intimacy is lacking, you need to get your money up. No romance without finance. Love is not enough. And two ingredients that don't mix, that's a recipe for disaster, is love sick and broke. Love sick and no money. That's a bad combination. Sorry about that. So love sick and no money is a bad combination. So the patterns, let's get back to the patterns. The reason why you got to heal your subconscious mind, right, or restore that relationship or build a better relationship with that subconscious mind is because there are some events that happen between the ages of 4 and 8 or 4 and 7. And based upon that, you had an intense experience that you witnessed and you labeled it or you framed it, right? You assigned meaning to it. And that is etched in your head. It can be 2 to 3 experiences, but there's definitely at least one intense relationship that formed a mental image in your faulty mind map in your conscious mind and your faulty mind map in your subconscious mind as it relates to relationships. So whenever the relationship hits a rocky point, your subconscious immediately goes to find that file where that intense altercation happened, and it pulls up that memory and it replays it. This is why you continue to attract the same type of guys and have the same type of relationship experiences. And until you go and course correct this, make peace with it, and either reframe it, relabel it, or assign a new meaning to it to make peace with it, it's going to continue to persist. Remember, what you resist, persists, and exists. I can give you an example of a generalization, right? Or a conclusion or an interpretation, right? To prove that there's nothing necessarily wrong with the man, right? Because, and it could work both ways. Because if you listen to your mom, right? Your mom says, all men cheat, all men cheat, all men cheat. Well, you get that in your head, right? And you keep thinking that, right? And feeling gets behind it. So it becomes a belief. Even though it's not true, right? It's not a true statement because is every man cheating? No, right? You believe that. So what happens? You create that and it becomes a truth for you. So watch the interpretations, watch the generalizations that you're drawing because they're going to come back to bite. You need to watch your interpretations. You need to watch your conclusions. You need to watch your generalizations, right? Because if you allow information to get in your head and you repeat that information, right? Whatever you believe is the absolute truth, whether it is actually true or it is not actually true, it will become a truth for you. And so that's one of the biggest reasons that I recommend that people go and witness and observe what Armon and Reginae have going on because you got to manage your mindset. You know, if you just let erroneous thinking go on or you let error-based thinking go on, you have these faulty beliefs and they end up becoming reality for you because you allowed the thought to continue and continue through time, space, repetition, and it became a belief. Whatever you believe comes into your reality. So relationships take work, they take inner work, but if you're following a program, if you're following a generational code, um, if you're following a faulty belief paradigm about relationships, that is why you're attracting the type of men that you're attracting. And that is why your relationships keep ending the same way that they're ending, right? It's all because of your belief. It's not, you need to stop pointing the finger at the other person because you can get a man that, you know, has well intentions, right? Wants to do good by you, but you got this belief in your head because your mama says all men cheat, all men cheat, all men cheat. You believe that, so it becomes true for you. Whatever you believe is going to become true for you, right? And then you want to point at that person like something's wrong with that person, but no, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with your mindset, your thought impulses, your thinking patterns, and your thought processes, which turn into a belief. Whatever you believe, it has to become your reality. That's how the universe works. So continue to go over there and support Armon and Reginae Carter. Um, See how they love being in each other's energy and space. They don't get tired of each other. They're like little children playing games. They're having a blast. They cut each other into their schedule, regardless of what's going on, because they both have busy schedules. So when people genuinely care about each other, they make it work out schedule-wise. So go check the youngsters out. They're showing us old school love.